This is Graveyard Ghosts, and I am in Cades Cove at the Baptist Church. And I am looking for the lady who lingers in the church that comes out of the wall. So right now I'm going inside the church, and we'll see if there's any activity going on. I'll pan around slowly in case we capture an orb. Remember, when there is ghost hunting, that it doesn't necessarily mean that the spirits are going to come out in the first 30 seconds of a video. You cannot call them out on demand. So I do recommend watching to the end, as you never know what will be captured. Get some activity of the wall. I did bring my Gregory bag, blessed by the voodoo priestess for me specifically in New Orleans. It helps me talk to the spirits. I do have my EMF male reader on, and as you can see, there's no activity right now. There was a little bit there. Go on up to the pulpit. As we get close to the cross area, you can see how the lights were going off. There's a temperature drop, and I can tell you right now it is about 85 degrees in here. I am going to set the millimeter down, and I am going to bring out the Ovilus. And the Ovilus is right here. I'm going to turn it on and see if there's anything in here that wants to communicate with us. Students came up. This could have been used as a school also. Wasn't uncommon, they did use the church and the school together. Good, scared, blaze, watch, sad. Lots of words are coming through, lots of activity happening within the church right now. If there's anybody here that wants to communicate with us, feel free to show yourself as an orb or ghost manifestation, or communicate with us on the Ovilus. Where? Sad. Somebody's having sad thoughts that was in the church. Could it possibly be the lady that hides in the walls? Are you here with us, lady? Halo? Arrived? Have you arrived? Are you here? Gonna get the millimeter back. The activity is up by the cross. Let's get closer. As you can see, the activity seems to be down toward the bottom. There's a temperature drop. Alone? Is there a spirit on the bench in front of me? Is there a spirit resting? Let's pan it. Temperature drop again that just quit. Still within this area here. Aggression? Are you angry? No need to be. I mean, no harm. Well, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go ahead and turn the millimeter off. It is making extra noise, reason being because I am touching it. That is something that does happen. I do have the Ovilus still on. British, Europe. That might not be so uncommon, as we did have Europeans that did settle here. I do want to walk outside just for a moment to show you a brief look at the graveyard. Also, in the cemeteries back here, there are a lot of military that are buried, as well as those that did live in the cove. As you can see, the cemetery is right here behind me. Most of those that are here are from the early 1800s all the way to the early 1900s. As common in the mountains, there are a lot of markers that are just stones. There's no names on them, but when they did pass, they did put something for the remembrance of the person buried there. Sometimes they didn't know who was buried there, so they did go ahead and place a marker just out of respect. And I'll show you briefly behind it. You can see the mountains. The sun is starting to go down. And again, newer markers are placed when relatives are still alive that can replace the stone markers, or one that has gotten so old that you can't read it anymore. And I'll pan the church for you. And there's the old bell steeple. And again, this was the Baptist Church in Cades Cove. And remember to subscribe.